Since arriving at Arsenal, Viktor Gyökeres has been under the microscope. The record he set in Portugal raised expectations sky high. But in the Premier League, things haven't been so straightforward. Will he get better? Will he justify the hype and the money? In this video, we'll dig into how he's adapting, what the stats really tell us, and whether there's a reason for optimism or concern. Let's jump in. To better understand where Gyökeres is now, we first need to look at his journey. At Sporting, he was the focal point, dominant in the Portuguese league, a central number 9 getting chances, space and freedom. He had that aura of inevitability in his runs and finishing. Then, arriving at Arsenal, he entered a completely different environment, such as a new formation and tactical system under Mikel Arteta, who emphasises pressing, positional rotations, and linking forwards into wider attacks. There is also a higher level of defensive intensity in the Premier League. What was space in Portugal may now be contested every second. We should also consider new teammates, new timings, new demands. He needs to coordinate with players like Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, Madueke and Eze, to name just but a few. So what's changed? Gyökeres sometimes has to drop deeper or drift into half spaces to pull defenders and create lines rather than staying central. He must press more aggressively and more often, closing down defenders, intercepting passes, which demands physical and mental adaptation. The margin for error is much lower. Defenders in the Premier League are more ruthless, pacey and less forgiving. But what's going well? He's visibly more involved off the ball, making runs, trying to drag defenders, sometimes opening lanes for others. His physicality is always a talking point in duels, holding up play, aerial battles. He still brings that presence. And you can see flashes of the instinct in tight spaces. He still looks for sharp touches, anticipation, reacting to those second balls. And finally, let's look at what isn't so perfect. Perhaps the timing and chemistry can sometimes affect his runs. They're out of sync with those midfield passes. Decision making in crowded areas when space is limited. He occasionally overcomplicates. Moments of inactivity. In some matches, he fades off the ball or is less involved in build-up than he would have been at Sporting. So that's the tactical and adaptation background. Now let's test those observations with data to see whether the numbers back that intuitive reading, or is it telling us something else entirely? Now we move to where the answers potentially lie. In the stats, in the numbers. Do they confirm that Gyökeres is working harder, contributing differently, progressing, or are they warning signs? Let's start with his main outputs: goals, XG and shots. In the current Premier League season, Gyökeres has scored 3 goals in 9 matches so far, all at home, plus 2 more in the Champions League, with none yet away in either competition. In the Premier League, his goals per 90 minutes is 0.36, XG 0.46, and his non-penalty XG is 0.31. He's taken 19 shots, 7 on target, giving him a shooting accuracy of roughly 36.8%, averaging 2.26 shots per 90 minutes and 0.81 shots on target. Now, compared to last season at Sporting, he scored 39 goals in the league, making him top scorer. His XG was 30.95 and he attempted 127 shots with 66 on target. The contrast is stark. He had far more volume, higher conversion opportunities, and arguably more freedom to get into dangerous positions in Portugal. However, in England, the drop in volume is to be expected. but what matters is whether or not he is efficient relative to the quality of his chances. One thing to watch is there an element of bad luck or variance affecting his output? Is he finishing below expectations, or are his chances not as high quality? A claim is that Gyökeres has adapted by pressing more, applying high intensity work in the final third and opposition box. So let's see what the data suggests. He is top of the Premier League for high pressures applied in the final third, so intense defensive actions in that final third. He also leads in high pressures applied inside the opposition penalty box, making him the forward who applies the most pressure right in that danger zone. On movement, he records more off-ball runs into the opposition box than almost any forward this season, illustrating his constant threat even when the ball isn't at his feet. And similarly, his off-the-ball runs in behind defenders are among the highest in the league, showing his ability to stretch the lines, drag defenders, and open space for his teammates. What this all adds up to is a picture of Gyökeres being active in multiple dimensions of attack and team structure. His high pressing helps Arsenal regain possession in advanced positions, shortens those transitions, and keeps opposition defenders unsettled. His off-the-ball movement in the box means that even when he isn't the one finishing, he is creating or jeopardizing defensive structures, which frees up other attackers, creates space, and even forces mistakes. His runs behind defences brings vertical threat, something Arsenal sometimes have lacked when attacking well-organised, compact opposition teams. Beyond pure goal stats and his high work rate, what else does the data show? Does he assist? Does he create? Does he link up play? During last season, in all competitions, he scored 63 goals and had 17 assists. In the league, his passing and involvement stats show Gyökeres had 506 completed passes from 709 attempted, so an accuracy of 71.4%. He also recorded 7 assists in the league. For Arsenal in the current season, his goal plus assist involvement per 90 minutes is just 0.36. All of this suggests that while his primary output, which is goals, is below what we'd hope at this point, he is still contributing in build-up and link-up play. One more interesting angle is Arteta made remarks that Gyökeres has opened spaces for everyone, his pressing, his physicality, even before scoring goals. That soft contribution of creating space, drawing defenders, creating secondary opportunities is less quantifiable but extremely valuable. So after comparing the tactical context plus the numbers, what do we conclude? And will he get better? This can be broken down into 4 sections. Given he has entered a tougher league and one of the world's highest defensive intensities, some drop in volume is expected. His early season sample is small. His finishing, volume and chemistry can certainly improve over time if he adjusts his positioning, timing and chemistry. He could recapture more frequent high XG chances. The tactical shift demands more well-rounded forward, working defensively, pressing, creating space. Reports and qualitative commentary praise his off-the-ball work, physicality, and how he helps his teammates. The fact that his coach still backs him, calling his contributions unquestionably positive before goals, is a massive vote of confidence. If his finishing does not improve, or if variance continues to plague him, expectations will feel unmet. He might be seen as helpful but not prolific, good enough to start but questioned in the title race. If Arsenal's system doesn't create the same quality of service as he got in Portugal, he might never fully reach those same levels. I believe yes, but perhaps not immediately in the sense of matching his Portuguese numbers. Success may come via progressive improvements, better chemistry, and growing consistency. He may reach a threshold where he becomes good enough in the Premier League and European context rather than unstoppable. Arsenal may need to tweak certain patterns, for example, a more targeted service into his preferred zones, more support runs around him, variation in attacking moves to give him better angles. Gyökeres himself might need to redefine his finishing in tight Premier League conditions, adapt his timing and maintain his physical reliance. The early data is mixed, not damning but not spectacular yet, but the underlying signs are promising. If he continues adjusting and Arsenal backs him, I see a path to him becoming a strong success. Perhaps not the 60-goal beast of Portugal, but an essential high-impact striker for Arsenal. So, will Viktor Gyökeres get better? I believe yes, but it'll be a journey, not an instant transformation. But what do you think? Will Gyökeres adapt, improve, and score the goals Arsenal expect? Or will the Premier League prove too steep a hill even for him? Drop your predictions down in the comments and tell me how many goals do you think he'll score this season. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more Arsenal deep dives into players, tactics and matches. Thanks for watching. See you next time.